matches. All right, so this is referred to as Sultai Pod in my deck queue. Pod, for people not familiar, refers to the card Birthing Pod, which was an artifact from the set New Phyrexia, which is an old set at this point. It's like 6 or 7 years old, I believe. And Birthing Pod was an artifact that had Prime Speaker Vannifar's ability. It allowed you to sacrifice a creature and get a creature that costs 1 more mana. So this deck has some sweet things going on in it. So I've got a Reassembling Skeleton here that we can get back again and again and again and turn into different 3-drops. I've got a Bone Dragon that we can turn into a couple of Carnage Tyrants. But most importantly, if you look at the way this deck is built, this deck is just very similar to green-black Midrange, right? It's like the tried and true archetype that we know is good from the previous format, and we're just trying to take this sweet angle of adding a little bit of utility with Prime Speaker, as well as gaining access to some counter spells and a little bit better discard spells out of the sideboard. So let's dive into some games here and see how it feels. There aren't that many toolbox cards in this archetype though, so you know. Is that enough green sources for Llanowar? I don't know. How many green sources do we have? We have like 12 probably. Yeah, there's 12. That's fine. 12's a little low, but it's good enough. And you don't always have to have it on 1. Decided to up my sub after all. Getting some sweet new standard decks seems great. Can we add one for a captive audience build around? Yes, definitely. Thank you for jumping up to that tier 3 level. I appreciate that. 0.5k for captive audience Jund. For people who might be new to my stream that don't know what build around means, so most of the decks that I play on stream are viewer submitted deck lists, but if you just have an idea for a deck and you're not quite confident in how to put it together, for a $25 donation, I will take your idea and then build a deck around that idea. And we'll start with it on stream and then kind of work through and tune and change it as we go. Bance had the best toolbox so far? Sure. So, one of the things that I think bump defenders, please, will do Slag Blast. Also, what Slag Blast did there is we have a bunch of different decks that are listed waiting to be played on my website. And if you ever cheer 100 bits or more or donate $1 or more, you can move a deck on that queue up so it gets played a little bit sooner. We're going to keep Prime Speaker. I know I have one already, but like, they're probably gonna kill the first one. You'd have to check the Stream Decker. I think we were a couple cards off, but don't ask me what they were. Gaia's Wrath. My finger is hovering over the breeding pool wildcard button. Is there a money difference wise for you donating versus cheering? No, whatever is easier for you. I have a little bit more security as a streamer with bits because bits can't be charged back. But I just whatever is easiest for you to make happen. Don't be picky about how people give you money. This is my rule. Is hold full control necessary for high-level arena play? In some instances, but honestly, it's going to be relevant in a lot less instances than a lot less people think.
No time for a break.
Do you take money orders? I don't know. Probably not. I have a P.O. box you could theoretically mail one to, I suppose. Has people charging back donations ever been a problem? I've only had one charge back historically. It's been a problem for other streamers on Twitch, though. Bits also come with the fun bit badges in chat. So you'll see people have the various like jewelry and like the CD disc or like the gold coins next to their name. Those are people who have donated and shared bits. Yeah, the list that we ended on today will probably be where we start next time. If they hit another sweeper, we're probably done at this point, and they kept a card on top, so I assume we're about to lose our board.
Keep up the pace.
Happy release weekend to you too, Unbanned Twin. I plan to be back tomorrow all day, so it's supposed to start snowing at like 8 o'clock tonight where I'm at, and it's supposed to keep snowing until like 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna be inside all day tomorrow, most likely. Am I streaming Monday? Yep, I'll be streaming all day on Monday. I'm gonna be on the front page again Monday morning, so I will definitely be on. I think I might take Sunday off, but we'll see. See what the boss has planned. All right, so oh, you know what? I guess I don't have a lot of four drops in my deck. That might be a mistake. Like, I only have Hostage Taker in this. I should probably find a different value 4 to put in here to pod into Bone Dragon. Please put these towards the captive audience suggestion for a few minutes ago. Will do, Tongzi. Thank you for the biddies. Tell the boss people want to watch her play New Standard too. Do I want Trophy? Trophy does kill, what's his name? Teferi? A Find Broker. Yeah, Find Broker's a good idea. I need 4 more cuts here. Maybe I have too many cards for control on my board. I'm just gonna cut the Llanowar Elves. They just like die in the sweepers, and I don't really need to accelerate in this matchup. Is Crabman better than Branchwalker? I don't think so. I think having the Explore package makes our aggro matchup much better. Of course, maybe in terms of playing right now on Arena, Crabman is better because we haven't been playing against much aggro. I mean, there's 2 more Wildgrowth Walkers on the board. If anything, I can see cutting the Wildgrowth package right now because there just aren't a lot of people playing aggro decks in the best of 3 queue. That's fine. I also mulliganed. Probably thought Erasure them before they thought Erasure me. Punched them in the throat before they punched me in the throat. Play Draw has been introduced for best of 3 for a while now. I have Trophy to check Teferi. I guess I just take Kaya's Wrath. Yeah, that one can stay right there. Glad we took the sweeper. This is the first match with this deck, yep. Yep. Well, good to have you back, Nestor. The new standard format is hype. So, not casting a spell this turn. We're basically just gonna attack and then pass. No reason for me to play Midnight Reaper out into this Absorb that we know about. Yep. Hopefully we hit our next 2 land drops here, so we can go ahead and hit the Carnage Tyrant on curve. Pointing at a nice healthy 23 here after a couple of revitalizes. Feels a little awkward. I have to imagine a mid-range deck like we are is something that their Esper deck should be able to prey on for a little bit slow and clunky. Can't really punish them when their mana's bad. Why would I want to replace Reassembling Skeleton with Gutter Bones? The fact that those things have different converted mana costs is really relevant. I'd much rather be going from 2 to 3 than from 1 to 2. Alright, Teferi, let's just boop you on the nose here.
According to plan.
Anything comparable to Mimikin today? Nothing in terms of being a combo deck, but the Mardu aggro deck that we played today went really well. That's definitely something that I assume we're going to revisit at some point. So I think I'm actually going to play Midnight Reaper here, because getting this cast while they don't have mana up for Absorb is really valuable. And this way, if they Kaya's Wrath me next turn, I get to draw cards. Whereas if I play the Carnage Tyrant and then they Kaya's Wrath me, I get nothing. I mean, all the good control decks have Carnage Tyrant removal. That's what makes them good. Like, a lot of people like to whine and complain like Carnage Tyrant's this big unbeatable thing, when it really just couldn't be further from the truth. Basically, every good deck in the format has good answers to Carnage Tyrant.
We need to move quickly.
Oh, wow. They aren't playing basics, are they? Well, that's sweet. So we know Assassin's Trophy is Vindicate next game. Do I do this or do I go to the face? Nah, let's just kill Teferi. Hey, look, a Vindicate. 2 mana instant speed Vindicate. What if instead we didn't? So, if you kill the seal away before it seals something away, it never actually exiles the thing. Which means it stays attacking Teferi. Kill that. Kill Teferi. Playing around this Absorb the entire time, which is nice, because the Carnage Tyrant's going to get to come down and still get to continue ignoring that. Even if they find a sweeper, we get to draw a bunch of cards, which hopefully propels us back through the game. That feels real bad. Well, we were doing okay, and then they drew Detection Tower in their mana base that has no basics in it. It's really unfortunate that we're not playing a deck that can punish their immense greed. That interaction seems like a bug. No, that's working as intended. That is how Seal Away is supposed to work. Who's the weasel? I think control decks like that are probably supposed to beat up our mid-range deck. There's a chance that this isn't a good shell for Prime Speaker, so like, if you think about like what I ended up changing, yeah, I forgot to add a Fine Broker. If you think about what I ended up changing from traditional green-black mid-range to get to here, I trimmed some of the fine finalities, which gets rid of the grindy element of that archetype. No joke, I think straight blue-white control is probably pretty good in this format now that it has better mana. And playing a bunch of Field of Runes to punish greedy 3-color mana base is probably real. Ugh. 1 forest, please. That's almost a forest, kinda, not really. Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. That's all I need, chat. All I need is a chance. What's my favorite style of deck? Tempo decks generally. Decks that play out at instant speed. Things like the Bant Flash, like we were playing earlier today, tend to be my favorite types of decks to play in Magic. Perfect. I'm just gonna go Elf here. And then next turn, we could be pretty likely to go Jadelight into Midnight Reaper. Weird that they exiled that for no value. I could play Vivien Reid here, but... sure. I don't really want to leave her open to just getting attacked. We've not played a Gates Matters deck. Bunch just stalled on lands there, looks like. Didn't want to attack through. What do we cut for Thief of Sanity? What card are we already playing and the Thief of Sanity is better than? Is the question. Vivien Reid seems kind of mediocre here against the red-green deck. They probably have a lot of creatures that can pressure her consistently. This can at least kill their 3-drops, which is nice. I had someone else ask me if I do a build around for Gates Matters cards, and I looked through them. They really don't look like they have enough of a payoff to make up for the fact that like all your lands are coming into play tapped. No, I've never submitted a ticket on Magic Arena. District Guide is just a card that you can Vannifar into on 3 that like gets you a land, and then you Vannifar through it again. Like generally when you're using Vannifar to go up your curve, you want the creatures that you're getting as you go to like have some kind of enter the battlefield effect, so you get some value out of them before you sacrifice them for the next creature. So District Guide is just something that puts us up a card while we're going up the Vannifar chain. Again, folks that are new in chat that are asking me to validate all my ideas, please read the stream rules. They are wonderful, guided, very specific. This is a great way how to ask things in chat. Just click the wrong button. We're getting the 9-hour mark. Maybe we should limit to 8. 8. Past 8, I start being useless. Past 8, I start being useless. That's unfortunate. It is kind of nice that happened before Midnight Reaper, though, because like Midnight Reaper is more likely to survive. That one can go away. Yeah, the Mardu aggro deck from earlier was pretty reasonable. I don't know if Matt's going to be here before we're done for today. I don't think he gets off work till close to 6, and I plan to be done by then. Because I start at 8, so, you know, by the time 6 o'clock rolls around, I'll be live for 10 hours. Silver bullet decks don't really exist in Standard. There aren't a ton of silver bullets for you to be finding. Alright, so as I say, there's not a ton of silver bullets to be finding. Let's put this Jadelight Ranger into play and then go get a Ravenous Chupacabra. Gobble, gobble. I could go get Hostage Taker, but that seems really greedy. Most questions I ask about your decks isn't to be like, so bad, doesn't flex, but like, I want to understand this traits. But you need to be, so like, here's the thing. When I ask people to be specific, I don't expect people to be this perfect Magic player that knows everything, right? Like, I don't even know everything, and I play a ton of Magic. But if you don't tell me where you're coming from and you're not specific about why you think this card is good, I can't tell you why it's bad and why I'm not playing it. So like, by having you form a thought and say, Jeff, I think this card is worth playing and this is why I think it's worth playing, I can say, well, the reason why you said that, the why you think it's good actually isn't because of X, or I could say, you have a good idea, maybe let's play that card. That's the benefit of having the rules like that. I think I just double block here. I don't have any 5s in my deck because the Bone Dragon's gone. Perfect. The sacrifice does trigger Midnight Reaper, which is great. Let's go grab Reassembling Skeleton. Because this thing doesn't trample, it just can only be blocked by one creature. So, like, Reassembling Skeleton's gonna, like, hop in the way here. And then we'll get it back next turn and then pot it away. Tilt. Alright, well, she's dead. We get to draw a card. I think the red-green split cards are great. We've been playing a ton of them. We played a bunch of them on stream. I think I double block here, single block here, draw 3. Jam Carnage Tyrant. I think Prime Speaker has a chance at Modern. No, probably not. Prime Speaker is a really slow, clunky card that dies to all sorts of removal. Yeah, the worm animation is A+ for sure. So, I think I actually want to go Elf into District Guide here and then hold up Assassin's Trophy, because I could play Carnage Tyrant and just, like, hold this back, but, like, any other, what's the word I'm searching for? Any other creature that they play is going to get to attack us then, and my health total is low enough that I don't want to take another hit. Or the Rhythm is very good. This card is super powerful. Just, like, takes all your creatures that are, like, already reasonable and pushes them into overdrive. Card tramples for some reason. I'm actually just gonna go ahead and stack block this. And then trophy their other thing here. Because I have an elf that makes mana at the moment. I don't think I really need to trophy the Rhythm. Yeah, rekindling Phoenix Vannifar is definitely an angle worth exploring too. There's a lot of different directions. So like there's Sultai, Teamer, and Banter, like all probably pretty reasonable ways to approach this. I can start getting my Bone Dragon back here too. Yeah, they're pretty dead. No, I don't think so, Digital Force, because it's a 3-mana do nothing enchantment. Modern is a brutal, fast format that's all about efficiency. I forgot the Fine Broker again. Dang it, Hogland. That's fine. It worked out fine that last one. This game's really good. I'm gonna remember to play my elf on one. It's gonna be great. I think the miss rate is high enough that I don't like that card. I'm not playing ranked because I don't enjoy playing best of one. Will I play pre-release this weekend? I will not. I plan to stream for like 8 hours again tomorrow. And then if I'm not completely burnt I'm probably not going to be burnt. I'm probably going to stream some on Sunday too, but we'll see when. All right, they're playing traditional green-black. Let's see if our pod can go to work here. That's what we're trying to figure out, Jopin. Someone doesn't know much about modern, even less about legacy and vintage. Are older formats faster, more brutal, and more efficient? Yeah, generally speaking. Modern tends to be more brutal than Legacy does, because Legacy has some really obnoxious cards that are pretty powerful as well, that like help slow games down, but generally speaking, yeah. Rhythm doesn't help Vannifar. That's not strictly true. Vannifar coming into play with haste is reasonable. The collared shirt hoodie. Listen, it's a little bit cold in my basement, and rather than like crank the heat up, I'd much rather just put a sweater on. That could maybe be modern playable. I don't know, Cam Bam. I feel like part of me thinks that like any deck that Salamander Drake might go in is probably just going to be a worse version of the Phoenix deck that's around. This doesn't guarantee me black, but it digs pretty deep here. Give Vivien a love tap here.
Strike me, and you strike nature.
We're gonna play with the Sultai deck for the next hour or so, and then we're gonna be done. Usually I play each deck for about 90 minutes. I'm sure we'll play lots of different Vannifar configurations on stream at various points before the end of the season. Bone Drake's fine. Like, if they take a turn for Vivien to shoot Bone Drake that comes back later, instead of, like, drawing another creature, like, that's kind of a win for us, I think. That is a wonderful draw. Muldrotha doesn't solve any problems that we have. Let's go on Quaz. Alright, so we got 2 lands and 2 cards we don't know. I'm going to offer the trade on this and offer the trade on this. Our hand's like okay here. Bone Dragon's like pretty reasonable, go over the top card in the most literal sense. So my attacks here are technically, my sequencing is technically incorrect here. I should have attacked before I killed their Vivien, because then they would be making blocking decisions, not knowing that their Vivien's going to die. So it's a small thing here, but I should technically attack and then play my spell. Midnight Reaper is really good. It basically gives me no good attacks or blocks, because any of the creatures that I attack or block with are going to let them generate card advantage. It made me feel great. God bless. Oh, I forgot how great the Bone Dragon animation is. Oh, God. Exile removal is cheating. What the stone? The animation wasn't even finished, opponent. And you killed it with the Vraska's Contempt. Have a heart. It's not even done with the animation and it's exiled. How incredibly rude. The Stone Cold Bratwurst. Ugh. I have no idea. I've never done a traditional draft. Pretty much only play Constructed on Arena. Love the content, keep up the good work. This is for UG Ramp Trek with Hydro Crisis. Definitely. Thanks for the bits, Freak. I appreciate it. Alright, let's move along. We're not catching back up from here. Contempt seems fine. Do I want Thought Erasure? I think I want Thought Erasure. Wildgrowth Walker out is probably fine. Trophy seems good. I need 4 cuts here. I don't need 2 district guides. Maybe I don't want the Thought Erasures. I guess our hands tend to get pretty empty in this matchup. Like, same logic as, like, Jundmir in Modern. I probably just want more card ETs. Okay, let's do that. I mean, we're not lacking 5-drop creatures. There's plenty of 5-drop creatures. I just don't want a bunch of 5s because just having Bone Dragon is enough, I think. Because Bone Dragon's a 5 that comes back into play from the discard pile. I mean, like, Terabyte Chris, for the sake of being constructive and, like, not just, like, Twitch chat, like, you just watched a game where neither player drew spells, and then, like, my opponent drew Vivien as a piece of action before we drew a spell, while we drew Llanowar Elves and land. So, like, literally could have been a normal black-green mirror match where, like, both players did nothing, and then the first person drew a meaningful spell, and they won the game. We actually played Redback Pirates this morning, High Water Gaming. So it'll be up on the YouTube tonight. So if there's something else in the queue you'd like to bump up, let me know. Perfect. Probably Black-White Angels. That deck is great. It looks great. Floating mana does disappear when you change phases. I think I just Hostage Taker here and hope to untap with the creature. I'm gonna get like Ravenous Chupacabra and cry. Worth noting that this was worse than Ravenous Chupacabra here. Like, if it had Chupacabra, I would have killed their Wildgrowth Walker and then blocked this. Alright, well, they don't have a thing, so that's good. All the decks you've been playing. If you want to see decks that I've played today that I haven't yet uploaded to my YouTube channel, the Stream Decker page has all that information on it. If you want to check decks from previous streams, my YouTube video descriptions have all the different decks that we've played on the different days listed in them. You look like you're currently sub Saw 3. So I've got Contempt and Vraska here to maybe stem the bleeding. The question is, can we get there fast enough? So I can take 5 on this attack from the Wildgrowth Walker. I double block the Jadelight Ranger to trade off. And then we can Golgari Queen, kill this, and then this blocks here to keep Vraska alive. I guess the elf coming in changes the math because they could double attack Vraska potentially. I could just Vraska's Contempt the Wildgrowth Walker. I really can't play her out because I don't have anything going on. You just play Carnage Tyrant and just hope they don't have another Explore creature. Seems like an okay line. They've already played a bunch of them. Of course, I guess we know they have 4 spells in their hand because they missed a land drop. Perfect.
Wild and no one knows the wilds like I do.
The Growth Spiral is a card that's been really impressive. It's on my YouTube channel from last night, but I promise you it's in the Stream Decker. You need to make sure you're not looking at the current deck, but that you're looking at the past decks. So you get to play another Jadelight Ranger here, which means the Wildgrowth Walker is going to jump up. My Llanowar Elves will jump in for the Wildgrowth Walker as a blocker, so it doesn't hit me. Carnage Tyrant is going to keep any other attackers at bay. Next turn, we'll get to play Vraska, Golgari Queen, and downtick on the Wildgrowth Walker. The problem is they have all these other spells in their hand. I kind of feel like we're just getting buried here, huh? Why didn't we exile the Walker and attack Vivien with Carnage Tyrant? They had 2 blockers, right? And she was at 6. Yeah, I'm pretty off what this deck is doing. Let's build a different version. I'm really not into what the Sultai deck is doing. Let's build Teamer sounds sweet, right? Let's break my rule and build a Teamer deck on stream. Nope, that's the wrong part. Hey, Coolip. Thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. On stream build, yep. Stop it. Stupid thing. I don't think I've ever started from scratch in this deck editor. Yeah, let's get... burn my mythic. Let's get some rhythms in here. What's the dragon? I probably want one of these. By typing exclamation point decks in chat. What are other things? What are other things this deck is supposed to do? The Incubation Druid's probably fine. I can't believe it's been this long. Scott, thanks for the 5 months, never mind. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely a Growth Chamber deck. That card's sweet. Fight Worm, yep. That card was sweet and Growl. We're just gonna end up Growl Splash. We're gonna end up Growl Splash Pod, basically, right? That's probably where this ends up at. This is the arena music. This card playable. Enters the battlefield. This is probably a good 5, right? A Dream Eater, yep. I don't think I want Growth Spiral. I think I don't want to need blue mana that early. Yeah, we can probably play a couple of these if we're going to play a bunch of ramp anyways. How do you spell collision? Why can I not type? Colossus, there we go. Oh, there's two L's in collision. I'm dumb. Exclusion Mage, yep. I need some more 3s here. Need some more 3s. District Guide's a good one. Do I need more 4s? I have 4 Rekindling Phoenix.